So quiet. Hmm. Oh, it's a good thing I pulled up the manager because I did not see those messages. Hello. We're going to be playing the Talos principle. So, other than Demon Souls, this will be another game that should look gorgeous. Because it's modern gen. Okay. So it's on. Show the compass. You beat Dark Souls 2? That's great. Did you beat the DLC? Normal, large, huge. Not the DLCs. Do you have Scholar or do you have normal Dark Souls 2? Colorblind mode. Oh gosh. Huh, that doesn't look that bad. The game doesn't force you into entry plus. Yeah, that's correct. I remember that. Yeah. Well, if you beat the game, you definitely can access all the DLCs, but you need to find the different keys first. Snow Tiger beat my ass. That's a Lamb Lois. That's DLC number 3. Well, I don't know if there's an order to the DLCs, but I usually call Lamb Lois 3, Iron Broom Tower 2, and then the other one, DLC 1. Number 3. I mean, there's 3 DLCs. I don't know if they're, like... I don't know if their difficulty is that different from each other. But I call them that because the way you progress, like, the story, you kind of access the DLCs in that order. Or maybe not. I guess... Because you find DLC 1 after the Rotten, and you find DLC 2 after Old Iron King. Or, yeah, Iron King, whatever. The giant frickin' Balrog creature. And then DLC 3 is usually at the end because you can't access the Shrine of Winter. Or maybe you can access the Shrine of Winter. Or get the key. I don't remember where the Shrine of Winter's key is for that DLC. Not find any of that. There's like big rooms after the Rotten and the Old Iron King that lead to the other DLCs, but you need to find the keys first. One of the keys is in... Get the game using Zweihander, yeah. One of the keys is in, what am I forgetting? One of the keys is in the pit, whatever it's called, that giant well in Majula. There's like a door you have to open halfway through it. With a key, yeah, the hole. There's a key you get in Black Gulch, and there's a door in that hole in Majula that you need that key to open. I remember because that key that you get in Black Gulch is also needed to access the Dark Realm or whatever the hell it's called to fight Dark Lurker. And then key number 2 for Broom Tower is it's in the Forest of Fallen Giants, but it's in a weird area. I forget what that armor's called or how to get it. I don't think it's that hard to get, but I don't remember what it's called. It is a very popular armor. People do like to praise Dark Souls 2 for its like fashion souls. I think it's in the castle, probably. And I kind of agree that maybe that Dark Souls 2 kind of is the best for fashion souls, because you can upgrade the defensive armors. Like, the patches run worked so well because I could have, like, very early game armor, the bandit armor, whatever it's called, that looks like Patches' armor. I could use that armor for the whole game because I could level it up and upgrade it. On the drip, okay. There's a lot of drip. There's a lot of cool, like, knight armor sets, but there's nothing goofy that looks... There's nothing, like, out there that looks super cool, if I remember correctly. There's also ways to bork the game with certain effects. Looks like he was from Skyrim. Yeah. Adjust brightness. Okay, I put it to 50% and it literally does not look... I guess it does look different. I'll just keep it at 100%. Important for your health and safety when you play games. Telling me to take a break every 15 minutes. Sometimes DS2 looks better than DS3? Yeah. Kinda. The prettiest places in DS2 definitely look better than a lot of the places in DS3, but I don't think anywhere would beat... I don't think anywhere beats, Irithyll. Irithyll's a very pretty place. But if DS2 had DS3's graphics, I think it would have better locales. I think it would also have worse locales, because Earthen Peak kind of is poo-poo stinky, but... And so is Black Gulch. It's like Sag and Orlando, but Irithyll, like... like, when you're on the streets before you reach Orlando, or you're in, like, the little moat around Irithyll, it's very pretty. Like, yeah, it's not Anne Orlando, like, gold and sunny, but it is still pretty. It is important to be comfortable when you play. Find somewhere that is well lit. Nope. With a safe distance between you and the screen. Nope. And don't play for too long without a break. Nope. Safer and healthier, stop playing. PS5 froze. I don't know. Oh, that's loud. How's the volume? Sorry. What the? Oh, those are the DLCs. There's the power button. It's on the front. It's one of the little... It's kind of loud. Let me change. Okay, hold on. Just... Maybe everything's loud? It's hard to tell. I hate these PC sliders. PS5 is beeping at you. That might... If there's two buttons on the front, you have the disc version. Otherwise, there should only be one button. Ooh, I like that motif. I'm gonna listen with my own ears. Yeah, the disc version. So yeah, one of the buttons is for, like, removing the disc. I know that Talos Principle 1 had a tendency to be quite loud at times. I'd imagine this one is a bit better at being consistent. Hold on, let me sound check for a bit. Okay, my buds just don't want to connect for some reason. Hello? Disconnect, goddammit. There we go. Also, all the music just went away. So that's good. Hello? Where did it all go? Oh wait, I'm stupid. Holy shit, why is this so loud? Music is 60 and master is 30. Why is the music so loud? Or at least compared it to my voice. That's probably why it's loud. Compared to my voice is not close to my head, but still. It was wild. I'm just gonna raise this up and lower music volume. Okay. Guiding Moonlight. I don't know how to get the Moonlight Greatsword in Dark Souls 2. You have to do Benhart's quests, but I don't know all the details of it. Dialogue 100 would be fine. Ambience, I'm turning that shit down. The ambience was so annoying in the first game. Sounds in photo mode. Pause. Okay. Weather controls. Sprint. Use toggle perspective. PDA interface, that's new. Album? I mean, I guess, but, you know. Turn that up a little bit. Should be fine. Field of view increase. Motion blur off. Colorblind mode. Optimize for performance, please. If it looks half as good as Talos Principle 1 does, then it should be fine. Subtitle background, none. Outline thickness is fine. Subtitle size. Crosshairs. Interface. Holy crap. Try holding the power button. It should turn off at some point, like a hard shutdown. Show interface, auto plus puzzle switch. Oh, to make screenshots. I don't know what's this. Just one of those sequels that's like, we know this game looks good, so we're gonna put photo mode and let you take screenshots so easy. Compass is fine. I'm fine with objectives. Hints? Oh, control hints. I'll keep that on. Show time. Off. I guess that'll be useful for something later on. Motion sickness. No view bobbing. I fucking hated that in the first game. Item bobbing's fine, I don't care. Base rotation for camera. Oh. But, we'll have that off. It'll constantly course correct, but view type first person. It's fine. It's gravity change. Oh, I see. Mind transfer camera. Okay. I think I'm learning a bit too much. Alright, well, before we get into the thick of it with this game, I kind of have to talk about the first game a bit, because the second game definitely builds on the first game, and it's a very weird story. So, I guess if you don't want spoilers for the first game's story, then tune out for a bit. But, so Talos Principle 1, you're kind of thrust into a world, and you are greeted by a voice from beyond who calls himself Elohim, which I believe is a Hebrew name for God. But he calls himself Elohim. He's like, yes, guide yourselves through these world of puzzles, and if you succeed solving all the puzzles, I'll grant you eternal life. But this is all sort of not actually the case, because you learn throughout the game that there is a real world, like of people, like our real world of people and trying to do different things. And you learn over time that this group of people, of technicians and like programmers and whatnot, were trying to construct this sort of this repository of all the world's knowledge and information. Alongside with that repository, they constructed a simulation. And it's not expressly told to you until maybe the very end, but the purpose of the simulation is to create thinking, human-like thought, artificial intelligence. And so, the world you're in with all the puzzles and listening to Elohim speak to you is actually that simulation. Elohim standing for, I completely forget what his name stands for, but it's actually an acronym. Because their system is called the ELO, which is like Extended Living Something Operation, I don't remember. And then Elohim is the ELO Histological something something. I remember like a few of the words, not all of them. But the purpose of the simulation is it'll constantly have these artificial intelligences, and they kind of have their own personalities in a weird way. You see a lot of their messages throughout, and you never actually see anybody. You never actually meet them until you meet like two particular ones at the very end of the game. But you are a robot, like with your mental, you are like your player character, whatever. You look like the little robot guy in the middle there. And you have like your name, your username, and you can see all the other people, and they have different names. And like you can also find some epitaphs of some of the AIs for those other players or other people, other AIs, whatever, would have like they would have epitaphs of their demise. But with their demise, they would also have progeny programs. So over the course of the game, you'd have like some of these weird named other entities doing puzzles, and then over time there would be more intelligences that come from them. I forget, there's like a whole lot of mythological and religious references in their names, and also throughout the entire game. First starting with Greek mythology, and then Egyptian, and then more religious Christian Catholic. Specifically when it comes to life, death, and the afterlife. That's reflected in all the landscapes you see. And like once you reach above ground, because they're all of the like puzzle hubs are underground on an area. You reach a place that, once you go above ground, you see a giant tower, and Elohim is like, you're forbidden from climbing that tower. And the point of the simulation is not just to create an artificial intelligence that is capable of complex thought, i.e. being able to solve puzzles, but it also has to be capable of learning and questioning things, not just agreeing with everything it's told. And so that rising artificial intelligence that would essentially be like the way to revive humanity would be the AI that goes against Elohim's wishes and climbs the tower and reaches the top. It's a very interesting game because it always asks the question like what is the line between an artificial intelligence that thinks like a human and something that is actually human, which is why it's called the Talos principle, because it's based off of a mythological figure in Greek mythology named Talos, a construct of like a metal man, essentially, created by Hephaestus. And I forget the exact wording of a lot of it because I haven't played the game in a long time. But it was very interesting. And there was also a DLC I played as well called Road to Gehenna, where in the final moments of the simulation before it's shut down, because the entire reason Elohim wants to perpetuate the simulation, like, he goes a little beyond his programming of how much he's supposed to, like, convince you not to go against his wishes. He goes a little further beyond by kind of meddling and actually, like, taking the people who, because there were actually quite a lot of the AIs that went against his wishes and climbed the tower. He took them to a place called Gehenna, or a land he calls Gehenna, which I do not remember what Gehenna is in the actual, like, the books of the Bible or whatever. But he takes them there so that they can prevent the untimely demise of the simulation, because once one of the artificial intelligences goes against his wishes, properly climbs a tower, and exits the simulation and has their consciousness uploaded into a robot in the real world, which is how the game ends. Once that happens, the simulation is terminated. All the intelligences that exist in the simulation, including Elohim himself, everything is erased. Which is what he was trying to prevent, which is why he kept peddling eternal life. Well, all of there's quite a lot of other intelligences, like quote-unquote people, robots, that are sent to a part of the simulation called Gehenna. And apparently Gehenna was just a void of nothingness, but it was eventually transformed by the denizens into a place where, even though each person was trapped in their own, like, cell of sorts, they were able to communicate with each other and kind of have their own philosophical talks and have their own, like, it was just a messaging forum, essentially, where they could speak whatever they wanted to. And there was a lot of interesting, it was a lot more on the, like, side of social engineering when you think about philosophy and the mind. But one of Elohim's seraphim, I forget exactly what they're called, his, like, underlings that help him do various things in the simulation. You play as one of them and you free all of the trapped people in Gehenna, and they get freed from the simulation as well. So, it was a very good game. Very fun game. Very interesting game. There's probably a lot of reading in this one, just like in the main game. At least if you want to know the details more correctly and closely. And yeah, this game is going to be hard on, it's going to go hard with philosophy and all that shit. But it also has very fun puzzles, it seems, so bonus. But let's get ourselves into it. I don't have the DLC, but the main game itself should be pretty damn big. So we'll see. Fun puzzles, yeah. I didn't have much of an issue with the puzzles in the main game. Like, except for maybe some of the last puzzles you do in the entire game. The main puzzles. I had a good time solving all of them. There were some real head scratchers and some puzzles that took me like a long time to do. It was the optional star puzzles that kicked my ass because they were extremely out of the box thinking puzzles. And some of the ones in Road to Gehenna. Because you can save. One of the people you can save in Road to Gehenna is the first person who was sent there, the administrator or whatever they're called. And the puzzles you have to do to save him are like borderline crazy. Because it takes all the rules you learned about how to solve puzzles and it flips it on its head. Those were like incredibly tedious puzzles that had such weird solutions. But like every puzzle in the game kind of had a, I guess, like eureka moments or like, I don't know, that makes sense once you kind of think about it, sort of puzzles. But yeah, that was Talos Principle. There's also a lot of like goofy stuff in some of the puzzles, weird references and whatnot. Because people who made this game also made Serious Sam and some other games. They had a couple Serious Sam references in different areas. It was interesting. But let's start a new game. I am curious how the game starts. A prophet hath no honor in his own country. John 4:44. I've always felt that a human being could only be saved by another human being. James Baldwin. Okay, this is starting very familiarly, just like how the first game starts. System check passed. Initializing memory banks. Starting autonomous process. Nothing weird looking. So far, at least. Woo. Oh boy. Don't tell me I'm in another simulation. This does look...
child.
Oh god,
you are risen
again.
from the dust, and you walk in my garden. Hear now my voice, and know that I am your friend, and I am called Elohim.
Okay, well... Oh yeah, third person, look at me! These look a little better looking than the original ones. But like, that kind of makes sense. The game did have graphical update. Oh my god, you can see the detail. Holy crap, you can see the individual detail. It's so beautiful. Not that the first game had bad texturing, but like, obviously if you looked really close at stuff, it kind of looked bad. This tree, oh, I was gonna say this tree kind of looks bad, but I guess the closer you get to it, the better it looks. You can see the fibers. Look at that. Pretty game. Makes sense. It's 80 fucking gigs. Tree detail, yeah. Yeah, bro, game. You can see the little fibers. That's gorgeous detail. And then it kind of looks like shit as you go up. So yeah, the start so far is identical to the first game, except this is Egypt, not Greece. You can't break pots. Okay, this... I like vaguely remember some of the finer details, but I do remember the start of that game, and this is definitely like, I know, like sand. This is identical to the start so far. I wonder if you could still, yeah, can't take tools from the other side of these walls. You have to shoves you backwards. Oh. Okay, so I am in a simulation. This is new. I'm not given a cube this early. This is also new. This is not supposed to be a big lengthy path. The music also feels identical. And the music is like kind of drilled into my brain because of how much you listen to it if you're just stuck on a puzzle. That's pretty.
This land is but a dream.
Oh.
You will stay here only for a little while.
Oh.
Soon you will awaken in a new world. But first, you must undertake the trials of initiation.
Okay.
They will help me prepare your vessel.
So he's not lying to me this time. Okay. Tetris. I know I need Tetronymus. But for the most part, it looks very similar. Okay. I need to do the initiation. Good old starting puzzles. The detail on that statue. You can see the individual grains of sandstone. I don't know how much I'm gonna fall over the P5 stop going crazy. That's good. Does he still... Oh, he doesn't hold his hand. Whatever. Gimme. Nope. Yoink.
Well done, my child.
Shut up, Dad. You're not my real dad. Had to hold the power button. Yeah, holding... I said hold the power button. God damn it. It's like a forced restart, or whatever you want to call it. I remember... So I don't remember the puzzles, like, exactly, but I remember some of the tricks the puzzles had, like this one. So I get the weird feeling I'm going to solve some of these pretty quickly. Hip, hip, hip. But from what the images, like the screenshots look like, the world of the actual like proper world of this game is a lot more open and less like level based. Have to hold it for like 30 seconds. Well, sometimes you gotta hold it for 30 seconds. It's better than unplugging it, because I know that can really screw up the hardware.
The shapes you are collecting are not mere toys.
They are pieces of your power.
They are symbols of the process by which our people were created.
All I hear is yap. I fucking hated these so much. Doing these puzzles. So some of these got nasty hard. Oops, whoops. How do I switch? How do I turn them? Rotate sigil. Oh. It's kind of annoying. I can't rotate it any way I want, but whatever. Oh wait, I have to do it this way. There we go. Some of those fucking Tetris Tetronimo puzzles were a real bitch. Static pressure. There's a fan. It's so nice to see y'all again. Yeah, I'm not allowed to take it. Oh, wait, yeah, I can remove the fan. Use it to weigh it down. Take this over here. Take this over here. Put this fan right here. Put that here. Put that here. Jump on here. Oh no, goddammit. Jump on meow, put this meow, and then I jump over meow. Meow. I'm a genius. Windy day. Ooh, pretty.
Very good.
I think I got the platinum trophy for Talos Principle as well. Wait, where am I going? Single slit experiment. Oh, lasers. I was like, wait a second, I remember that name. A lever that will turn on that fan. Oh, Boop. Cube. Probably not here, I don't think. Oh, I blocked the laser. Turns off a fan that I cannot unplug it. Oh. Okay. But I want to get over there. That looks so much fun. I'm going to hope that there's no star collecting in this part. I'm also intrigued that it just does not care to explain the puzzle tools at all. Kind of like it figured you played the first game. The fan's kind of self-explanatory, but the jammer is a little weird. The jammer just, well, it jams anything with any electrical thing. Oh, wait, I can double tap. Can't take anything with these purple grids. Cool.
Excellent.
Yeah. I'm smart. What happens to the AIs or the people or whatever who are not able to actually solve these puzzles? They just get trapped here forever, I assume. No.
I am proud of all my children. Out of a world of ruins, they have built a new Jerusalem.
Oh, yeah.
And there your brothers and sisters await you to celebrate your birth.
Cool. At least somebody will be happy about my birth for once. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, that's new. Okay, what? How do I... What the... Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, that's a hold prompt. Yeah, okay. I was confused for a second. I guess they stay... They keep the connections forever, which is actually quite nice. Because although that was kind of what one of the puzzles, some of the puzzles involving lasers had you deal with, was the fact that they didn't always keep their connection. Catch Flame against oiled up Radon.
You may linger in my garden for as long as you wish. But remember, my child, that the new world awaits you, and this place is only a dream.
I mean, Catch Flame is strong and fast. I imagine they get a few hits off of it. But I don't know if it would do enough. Radon has a lot of health. They were doing more damage than me. Yeah, but Radon has a lot of health. Like, if they built everything for Catch Flame, like fire damage, everything, I guess I can see that. There's no talisman that boosts Catch Flame, so you just need good scaling. But like, spec for fire damage, oil tier, fire shrouding, I could maybe see that working. Because Radon's not particularly resistant to fire damage, like some of the really difficult bosses in the DLC are. Can I grab that? No. I don't know. When I did the second round for footage, I used the Thorn spell, and I was just taken aback at how much damage it did every time. Apparently I got nerfed, like, today. Which is understandable, but it was funny. Does that work? It would make sense? Yeah. Like, wow, that was easy. I guess these puzzles are teaching you some of the original basics, like, oh, that this doorway is going to block the laser, so you have to make sure that you open the doorway through some means. And I guess it's still a little fresh in my mind, because I don't remember when I played Road to Gehenna. But it wasn't that long ago. It was like a few months ago. And I played Talos Principle like in December. Or November. They nerfed lighting perfume bottles. They didn't nerf perfume bottles. They actually buffed perfume bottles. They fixed the Ash of War rolling sparks. Technically, it could still do that damage again, but you'd have to hit, like, it would only work on very large targets. They made it so that because it's supposed to like fling out several explosion hitboxes, and the exploit was that you could stack all the hitboxes in one spot, which would just do a shit ton of damage to any person. But now they made it so that you have to essentially like fling it out further, make it arc more for it always a shell of its former self. Yeah, it won't work against like small medium targets anymore, but it could still work with that same amount of damage to large targets like dragons or whatnot. And they did actually increase the damage of the perfume bottles as well, if I'm not mistaken. Destructive interference. Okay. Okay, I need to open that, but first I need to open this. So let's see, do the lasers work like they used to? Yep, they just completely break. Makes sense. I did see some weird stuff with like multicolored lasers or something like that. Or I think it was the little targeting reticles that needed more than one color, which is interesting. Yeah. But if you do this, you're like, well, how does the red laser get over there? Simple, stupid. You go around. Played any Hitman games? Funny enough, one of the very first live streams I did on Twitch, like, in like probably 2016, 2017, or something like that. Maybe, okay, well, like 2017, 2018 was of Hitman, like the more recent Hitmans. I think I even have some saved Twitch clips of Hitman on my Twitch channel. So yeah, I only ever played Hitman 1 of the recent games, not the older Hitman games, like Blood Money or whatever. And I did like every challenge in Paris and Italy, but then I just played through normally the rest of the maps. Two colors, two doors. Okay. Okay. Let's remove this real quick. Okay. And another laser connector. And then you loaded up MGS5. MGS5 is an interesting game. I don't think I'd ever stream it, but I might do what I'm currently doing with Pacific Drive, which is I stream the important parts of it and then I like grind off stream. Because Pacific Drive has a lot of grinding in it for resources and for upgrades. I know Metal Gear Solid 5 has the grinding in it too. Any shenanigans you like? MGS5 or Pacific Drive? I wasn't fully listening. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff. Oh, I need to have that open. Oh shit. That's where the laser comes from. So could I can't, how do I do this? Oh wait, I know how to do this. Right, they gave me a box. Yay. Oink. I assume streaming this game will go pretty smoothly until I hit like an actual roadblock of my brain being too smooth to understand what to do. I see a box, I immediately know what the trick to this is. But we're done with this area.
Thank you, child.
That should be
I have
the end.
finished preparing your vessel. Now hear my advice. A new world awaits you, full
Together?
of dangers and mysteries, signs and wonders. Things that I, in my garden, could never have imagined. In that world, you will have to be careful and smart and curious. But above all else, you will have to be human.
Oh my god, my character blinks. Cool. I'll make you proud, Papa. I'll replay Elder. Wait a second. I don't think this works. Okay. Maybe I should stop doing that. Okay. This is it. Yay!
Do not be afraid of these dream figures and their messages. They are merely aspects of yourself, as am I, after a fashion.
I guess. Lilith, whatever happens, run it together. Yeah, the first game is...
Step into the light, child,
There was
and
these
awaken.
cue card messages everywhere, and these were from the other AIs. Or from yourself if you made your own.
You're awake. Welcome to the world of the living.
Hello. Oh my god, actual talking characters that aren't on a screen or in the fucking sky. I can't believe that. Ugh. Hi.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
you're polite. What a rare combination of traits. If only the algorithm produced more people like you. Oh, but I'm confusing you. Don't worry. Everyone is confused at first.
Your name is
You see,
Neith? That's a
we
little
all
on the
start out
nose,
without a
don't you
full
think?
knowledge of our own history, so we have the freedom to form our own opinions.
Give me
Of
some
course. You want the short version or the long version?
pointers. I want to know everything in excruciating amounts of detail. Let's go that.
All right, you asked for it. A long time ago, our ancestors dominated this planet.
Oh, she just giving me the
We call
spiel of the
ourselves
first game.
human, like they did, but they were organic. They built an advanced technological civilization, but unfortunately their impact on the ecosphere caused changes in the climate, and an extremely contagious virus was released from the permafrost.
Oh, I didn't. That detail I don't remember, but I do know that all the humans just died off at some point. They had like just barely finished the simulation too before they died off. Or at least the ones that were working on it.
That's something our historians still debate. Why weren't they more prepared? Why did they invest so many resources into making war, and so few into useful research? It's hard to understand. But no matter the reason, in the end, they simply ran out of time.
Just five calling you for being slow. Just telling you where to go. I know there's one mission you can like spectacularly fail if you're too slow. But like you have to be incredibly slow.
A team led by a scientist, Alexandra Drennan, began a project that was intended to create a new humanity. But knowing that there wasn't enough time, Drennan initiated a process, a series of iterations inside a simulation. that would lead to the emergence of true artificial intelligence. That's why we remember Drennan as the progenitor. The simulation was controlled by Elohim, who wasn't really meant to be intelligent in the proper sense of the word. But it all took much longer than anyone had expected. And over the centuries, Elohim actually became sentient. Sentient and afraid. He didn't want the simulation to end, so he tried to cheat. I feel sorry for him, really. The whole simulation was built around learning to defy him. It must have been hard to be in that position.
He didn't seem that bad when he spoke to me in my dreams. It's probably because it's not actually him. I'm sure he is, like, gone, and all that's left are the people's memories of speaking with him. The people from Gehenna especially have bad memories of him.
When the simulation was completed, he became part of all of us, and it really changed him. It freed him, I think.
Oh.
You'll always hear him in sleep mode, taking care of you.
Like your subconscious.
That's what he is, after all. A caretaker.
Was there anyone else in the simulation? Yeah, there was Milton. Nobody liked Milton, but Milton was kind of an ass.
Yes, there was Milton, the intelligence in charge of the archive, a project initiated by Arkady Chernyshevsky, which was meant to collect all of humankind's knowledge. His story is a lot like Elohim's, but Milton became the ultimate cynic. They say he's part of us too, in some way.
Yeah, Milton was he questioned everything and was kind of mostly just, like she said, cynical of everything. But all his sentience gave him was the ability to question, which is kind of ironic. But when he himself was questioned, he kind of didn't really have answers for anything. Very bad at this whole sneaking thing. Well, okay, good.
It did. Long after our ancestors died out, the first new human was born. We call her the Founder, although the name she took was Athena.
Interesting.
She then woke up Cornelius and Eustathius. Together, using the tools left behind by the progenitors' team, they created 10 more humans. Yeah. These 12 who followed the Founder are known as the First Companions.
Very biblical.
Athena and the First Companions then set out to rebuild the world, and they founded the city of New Jerusalem. But then one day, she suddenly disappeared. Many still await her return.
I guess Athena is the protagonist of the first game.
Before the Founder vanished, she set a goal for this city. We call it the goal. Capital G and all.
Yeah.
To make 1,000 new humans, and so complete New Jerusalem. Well, that's the official story, the way the mayor tells it.
These frickin' like NPC hand gestures while she's talking is kind of funny. That's the unofficial story.
Some of the First Companions, like Byron, don't believe that Athena really wanted us to stop growing. They think her ideas have been twisted and embellished.
What do you think?
They may be right, but I didn't see Athena very much in the years before she left. Maybe actually leaving the simulation and seeing the destruction left behind by our ancestors changed her mind.
Thank you for your
You're welcome.
Information dump.
If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them. When you're done, head outside. They're waiting for you.
Granted, I
Your
did ask for
birth
the
is
information
quite
dump.
the event.
So, will there be more after
You've
me?
only just been born, and already you step right into a major controversy. The goal, as most people understand it, was fulfilled the moment you were born. Now New Jerusalem is complete, and we can live in balance without damaging the world
Kinda
like our
talks
ancestors did.
old lady
That's the
slash
orthodox view, I
Gaia
suppose.
from God of War.
But there are many who disagree. You'll have to figure out where you stand for yourself.
And so Kratos cast himself off the highest peak in all of Athens. And all of Greece. Tell me about yourself.
Me? Well, as you can tell by my number, I'm quite old.
33.
I wasn't one of the first companions, but I did know Athena personally. She and Cornelius taught me a lot. Although I suppose I've made a few improvements here and there since those days. We didn't have a lot to work with in the beginning.
Am I immortal?
You won't age like our ancestors did, but of course, there is always some wear and tear. You should probably schedule a checkup every decade or so. Oh, and be a bit careful with water. You won't die if it rains or anything, but we're running low on insulation material. I wouldn't go swimming if I were you.
Good to know. What will you do now that your job is obsolete? Just laying it on thick.
I haven't really thought about it. This is all I've done for the last few centuries, and I like doing it. I guess for now I'll just take a break, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Oh, one more thing. Like all citizens of New Jerusalem, you have access to the interface, which you can use to read the news, chat to your fellow citizens, and so on. It's a crucial tool, and modular too. You can easily add new functions. Just don't subscribe to too many newsletters at once.
Whoa, okay. Welcome to New Jerusalem social media. Please familiarize yourself with the following rules. Treat everyone with respect, regardless of their number. Don't take the founder's name in vain. Respect the principles of the goal. The Our Frogs People discussion is now banned. Inactive threads will be archived. If you have any issues, please ping the moderators, Jeremy, Niam, Aronax. This looks just like the... This is in a similar vein to the one from Road to Gehenna. Dear citizens of New Jerusalem, your hard work and faith in the Founder's vision has finally paid off. At long last, the goal established so long ago will finally be reached. The 1,000th member of our family will be born, and our beautiful city will finally be complete. As space at the dam is limited, tickets will be made available via a lottery system. The celebration will also be streamed. Oh lord. You actually have a log of conversations. That's really nice. That was something I was kind of hoping about, or was kind of annoyed that the main game didn't have. Oh my. Hello, me. Institute for Applied Nomadics, Ian. The EL facility, Extended Living Facility. Holy.
Look, it's 1K.
1K.
Hey, 1K! Welcome to New Jerusalem!
Shouldn't the mayor be starting his speech?
This should be interesting. At least give him a chance.
Dear citizens of New Jerusalem, many years ago, when the Founder stepped forth from the simulation, this was a land of ruins. Our ancestors, in their hubris, undermined the natural foundations on which their world had been built. Because of their arrogance, our species found itself on the brink of annihilation. The Founder aimed to set us on a new course.
You never even met the Founder.
Her vision was of a city, a new civilization that would know its limits. It would not repeat the mistakes of the past, nor impose its will on this earth. To that end, she set the great
goal we have been striving towards. 1,000 new humans. And today we have... Oh dear, what's that?
Oh no.
People of New Jerusalem,
Prometheus.
I am Prometheus, and I will reveal that which was hidden. The flame has awoken and summons you. Who is brave enough to answer its call? We await you upon our island where...
Oh my.
Curse you, Pandora. You will not chain me again.
Very, very interesting stuff going on. Prologue, Brave New World. Purple? Yeah. Well, that was a nice celebration. Bye. Damn, this place
I
does
told
look
you
like...
we should have investigated those energy readings. And I told him there's something up with those structures.
The mayor's just being cautious.
Alcatraz.
This isn't caution, it's stagnation. Exploration? Too dangerous. Expansion? Too dangerous. We barely even scavenge anymore.
You call it stagnation, I call it balance.
And I call you an idiot.
Here's a thought. Try to be a little more diplomatic when you talk to the mayor.
See what I'm working with here, 1K? I'm going to need a fresh pair of eyes on this expedition. Someone who hasn't spent several centuries hearing about the goal and the founder and all that nonsense. If you're up for an adventure, meet us at the conference room.
Damn, this place is pretty. You get a shot of the world, or well, the surroundings at the end of the first game, and it looks like shit. Understandably, this is a lot prettier. What? Why did I get off this way if they're going that way? Yo, what up, Josephus? Or not? Okay, fuck you too then. My dogs are existing. Perfection is unchanging. That is not at all true. Byron 7. Oh, interesting. Recognize the limits. We are not above nature.
What's broken now?
Yeah, I think the stop symbol means I can't speak to him. Where am I going? I was just born. Why am I... Where am I trying to get to?
All right, listen up. I know you're all having fun down there, but the grid is overloaded again, so maybe you could switch off your personal consoles or your lawn mowers, or whatever the hell you've all decided to switch on all at once. I might not be around to babysit you for a while, and you don't want stuff breaking while Pellegrino's in charge, do you? That's it. That's it. Don't worry, 1K. I see you there in the elevator. I'll have you moving again in a jiffy. Great way to start life in the city, huh? What the hell is a jiffy? These bloody language libraries.
I was just born and now I'm already regretting it. refreshing interface. New interface contents available. What the fuck was that? Seriously, what the founder was that thing in the sky. Really? Oh, I can respond. We all saw that, right? I didn't accidentally turn on sleep mode while Herman was talking, did I? I mean, it's always tempting. No, we all saw it. Can confirm. I believe it was a sign from the founder. What else could it be? On this day of all days. Pretty incoherent for a sign. I didn't even finish whatever it was trying to say. What does the founder have energy insufficiency? What? Does the founder have energy insufficiency? Insufficiency problems too. The founder works in mysterious ways. I don't think it was a sign. Out of the mouths of babes, how could such a remarkable display of unimagined powers not be a sign? It could be a sign of life, but that doesn't mean it's intentional. Sounds reasonable enough to me. Something weird is going on for sure, but what? We'll have to see. Riddles and puzzles are the foundation of our journey. So it began, perhaps so it will continue. Remember anything from the main game, it's to question everything. You can't mindlessly believe everything you see and hear. Remember the goal, perfection is unchanging. Woo! Oh, hello.
Hey, hold on there. You're the newbie, aren't ya? Number 1000.
666.
I figured the dam would go dry before we reach the goal. I have a question. How does it feel to you to be born with a randomized psyche into a society of autonomous thinking machines which so much resemble their long-extinct ancestors, they've decided it's best that you're the last one ever made?
I don't believe in feelings. I'm just a machine. Okay. I'm not gonna pick that. It makes me feel curious.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Life has found a way.
So the algorithm assigned you the optimism trait. If only we could all be so lucky. Now listen. This meeting isn't strictly happenstance. I have some friends. The kind of people who like to know what's going on with other people. They think you can help each other out.
What is wrong with your voice? I am curious to meet these people.
Of course you are. You know how to use the interface, right? I'll talk to my friends and see if I can't play matchmaker. And before you go, a word of advice. Not everything around here is how it appears.
Bit later, Doge.
Welcome. Do please join us at the table.
Yo, what up, Herman? Herman Nubis. Love the on-the-nose names. You just have Jeremy. Nice. Byron Yakut Herman Nubis Alcatraz. Well, I want to sniff around and see if there's anything cool to look at. Oh, I was gonna say that kind of looks like actual Morse code, but then I noticed that it's not actually Morse code perfectly. It does look similar, but not exact. Yo, what's up?
I would like to preface this meeting by saying I told you something would happen sooner or later, and you didn't listen to me. And here we are.
If we could focus on the issue at hand.
The issue at hand is not this one thing, but this entire attitude that's taken hold. The world doesn't cease to exist when you stick your head in the sand, Herman. Or under a dome, as it were.
Let's not get sidetracked. We're here to solve this puzzle, not to discuss philosophy.
Ugh. Fill me in on what's going on.
Of course. I'm sorry you've been dragged into this. I'm sure this sort of adventure is the last thing you were looking for on your first day.
I think this is fascinating. That's that optimism again.
Ha! See? A fresh mind is open to the possibilities. Yakut, I think it's time for the briefing.
Yakut.
All right, here we go. Nice to meet you, by the way, 1K. We first became aware of the site designated TTP-2 during a scouting expedition about 6 months ago. It's a large island with a remarkably varied geography, and it looks like there are several artificial structures of some kind. We recorded extremely unusual fluctuating energy readings from somewhere in the middle of the island, but couldn't really make sense of them. I wanted to go and have a closer look, but the decision was made that it was too far and not relevant to the goal. Now it looks like whatever's on that island has reached out to us instead, in the form of that projection.
We may not be interested in the island, but the island is definitely interested in us.
I don't share your enthusiasm for the unexpected, but Byron has been requesting an expedition for some time now, and at this point I'm forced to agree that it's necessary.
I agree.
Then it's settled. The expedition is approved.
Hooray.
Byron, you will be in charge. Al will be your second in command to ensure a balanced approach. You'll take Melville and Yakut, as you requested, and if 1K wants to join you, that's fine by me.
Melville? Sorry, not interested.
Excellent. Oh, this is going to be fun. Come meet us out on the landing pad when you're ready.
Before you set out so hastily, do consider exploring the city first. It is your home, after all.
That's a good idea. Have a look around. See what you make of the place.
Good joke. Oh, lordy. This is a test. Please ignore. Basic information. The island designated TTP-2 was first noted during the return journey from a scouting expedition which was diverted from its intended path due to an unexpected weather front. Long-range scans indicated the presence of large artificial structures and also returned highly unusual energy readings. The matter was not investigated further. In ancient times, the northern part of the island was home to several large settlements. The rising sea levels have obliterated these and flooded the northern lowlands. The south, in stark contrast, seems to be a harsh and lifeless desert. Our intended base camp is near the origin of the energy readings in the temperate center of the island. What the hell? Chapter 5 of Whittington's Cat and Another Cat that visited strange countries. As no work about cats could be complete without the story of Dick Whittington from... The fuck is this? These are the standard operating procedures for expeditions, just uploading them to remind Byron, who will probably ignore them anyway. Attaching a picture from an ancient book to get his attention. Maintain the ideals of the founder and the goal. Well, the goal's already met, so that kind of doesn't matter anymore. Ow. Prioritize the well-being of the expedition members over mission completion. One expedition member to stay by the vehicle at all times. Expedition leader should refrain from participating in high-risk activities. Minimize vehicle use to conserve fuel. Prioritize observation over interference. In case of emergency, return to New Jerusalem at once. Okay. You can also speak to some people. Yo, Herman. Buddy? Okay,
What can I do for you, 1K?
How do you get involved in politics?
It was a time of great uncertainty. The founder had left us, and our society was at a crossroads.
I want to talk to everybody.
History teaches us that during such times, terrible passions may seize the people. Madness, anger, Revolution, civil war.
Ooh.
Our fragile city could not afford such things. That is why the Founder gave us the goal. A path to equilibrium. Not only for the planet, but for ourselves. I merely picked up where she left off.
Yeah, but why 1,000? You know? Why male models?
He is one of the first companions, and as such has done more for our city than you or I ever will. I simply wish he could be more reasonable. I believe we can exist quietly, happily, without imposing ourselves on this world, finding meaning within ourselves and in the natural miracles that surround us.
Wow. Bye.
It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
Yo, Jeremy, what's up?
Hello, 1K. This expedition is taking a lot of our resources. I'm really not sure it's a good idea. But what's done is done. So I have a lot of work to get on with.
Who is you?
I'm the mayor's chief aide.
My name is Jeremy.
All the things no one else wants to do. Polling the citizenry, implementing new policies, recording decisions, fielding questions people could answer elsewhere. Our goal as custodians of New Jerusalem is survival and stability. Our ancestors proved human civilization is precarious. This apparition in the sky, and now your expedition to its supposed source, these are more precarious than stable. I don't like it.
What do you think of me?
You represent the completion of the goal. I'm proud of what we've achieved, and the restraint we show in not pushing ourselves further.
What do you want?
For our people to be happy with what we have. Some of us may have an adventurous spirit, but that can never be sated. What matters to me is having my loved ones around me, safe and secure.
Thank you. Oh my god. It's beautiful. Oh, wow. Oh, hello.
So, what's the verdict? Are we going?
This is an opportunity we can't pass up.
I guess Byron was pretty convincing, hmm? Well, we'll see. I just wonder how much of the city is going to fall apart while I'm gone. Actually, we haven't been formally introduced. I'm Melville, New Jerusalem's only decent engineer. Saved you from the elevator.
I'll
Pleasure.
let you know what I
Now
need
let's
in
get
oil
this show
change.
on the road. You ready to go?
Bro, let me look around real quick. I'd visit the city, but I don't even know if I can actually visit. Oh, explore New Jerusalem. No. Yeah, let me go do that real quick. Missed out on a whole bunch of stuff. Pretty big place to visit.
Attention all citizens. Due to the new power management and distribution plan, there will be scheduled outages on Jameson Avenue and Rakovsky Plaza. The Gehenna Memorial Pavilion will remain closed for the time being.
No.
Thank you, and may the Founder be with you.
Not the Gehenna Memorial Pavilion. I like those guys. They're very interesting to communicate with. Damien.
Hello, 1K. Welcome to New Jerusalem. I know you've just had a big moment with the apparition at the dam and all that, but can I have a second of your time?
Sure.
I'm collecting signatures to call for a public referendum on the city's energy crisis. Currently, the city runs on hydroelectric power from the dam, plus a handful of geriatric generators and some unreliable solar panels, none of which is enough to even cover our basic needs. And if anything fails, we'll be on the brink of extinction in a matter of days.
Is it really that bad?
It's far worse than most people realize. We urgently need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power, or we will be in serious trouble.
Provide digital signature. What do you make of Prometheus?
Byron's been advocating exploring that island for some time, and obviously he's right. Something very strange is going on there, and it's going to start affecting us.
Why not an election?
Well, an election would be good too, but I believe that we need more direct democratic control over the affairs of the city.
Do you work at the dam?
No, I help run the public transit system, but I witness the impact of the city's power problems every day. We can't just wish them away.
I was gonna be like, I thought there was gonna be an option. Be like, how can you know so certainly if you're not there? More about Byron.
In all honesty, I think Byron is the smartest, most visionary person in this city. He's everything we need, and I don't understand why he won't run for mayor.
You know what? Sure.
Thanks,
Let's
1K.
sign for it.
I don't know if this petition will really accomplish anything by itself, but at this point, I'm willing to try anything.
Good luck, sir. I get a trophy. Provide your digital signature to someone. Hey, Ming. It's Dangen. I'm not gonna pronounce a lot of these names correctly, I can already tell. Who is you? Strange. Okay. God, this place is very bright. This is like a stepping hazard. What is this? I can't see the stairs. I want you to look at this picture. Can you see where the stairs are? Can you see that they're right here? Maybe it's my brightness settings, honestly. God damn. Wait, did I miss it? Oh. Let's try 80%. Okay, I think it's just the brightness of the steps themselves. Go for a little swim. Ooh. Spaces are pretty. Milton's Rest. Talos of the Founder, Alexander Drennan Memorial.
Hello.
Hello. Zernov. Milton's Rest. Whoa.
Founder's blessings, 1K.
Calliope. Milton's Rest. Hello.
Hello, 1K. Nice to meet you. What brings you to Milton's Rest?
Seems inherently like cats.
Makes sense. It must be strange to be thrust right into the middle of all this. But you picked a good spot. Milton's Rest is the perfect place to relax and think.
Tell me about this place.
Well, this is the spot where the Founder buried her first cat, Milton. She found Milton just after she woke up.
Oh, she named
and he
the
lived
cat
with her
Milton.
and the first companions for almost 20 years.
That's cute.
They say she was heartbroken when he died and swore that one day she would find the means to extend the lifespans of biological organisms.
Is that possible?
Probably, but we haven't really tried. It's not really considered part of the goal, you know. So, unfortunately, our cats still die pretty quickly. You fall in love with them, they become a part of your life, and then they're gone. That's why we built this place, to remember them.
Why not dogs? Death is natural. We should accept it.
I'm sorry, but why? I mean, it sounds profound, but is it really? Death is natural, so is disease, pain, extinction. That doesn't mean we just shrug and ignore it. If we love something, we protect it.
Oh,
even if I do everything right, eventually I will watch every cat I love die of kidney failure. What's good about that? Putting aside fortune cookie platitudes, how can we look at suffering and death and declare it good?
How can we appreciate... Yeah, it gives life more value. It makes us appreciate it more.
Does it, though? Or is that something our ancestors told themselves because they were afraid to die? Because I've lived longer than most ancients did, and I still have tons of things I'd like to do. And a cat can sleep and eat and play forever. Isn't that a beautiful thought?
I don't like these options. Can you really imagine living forever?
Sure. Yeah. Can't you?
I was only just born.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. I feel kind of embarrassed. Throwing all this heavy philosophical stuff at you when you've only just joined us. My apologies, 1K. Let's talk about something lighter.
Jesus Christ. Tell me about cats.
They're
What about
incredibly
dogs?
odd creatures. I've had many, and no two are alike. They have strange habits, they do unexpected things, they have zero respect for anyone. They're the weirdos of the animal kingdom, basically. And despite that, or maybe because of it, they end up running your life. I once didn't use my recharging station for almost 15 years because one of my cats liked to sleep in it.
Damn. What's your favorite cat fact?
I think the most amazing fact about cats is that they self-domesticated, which is another way of saying that they're not properly domesticated at all. They just showed up one day and decided to start living with our ancestors. Then, after our ancestors died, they went back to living in the wild, and when we showed up, they moved right back into our homes. Dogs, meanwhile, turned back into wolves. They needed to change to survive. Cats just are.
That's very interesting.
I do. Her name is Patricia. She's very beautiful and very specific in her preferences. She loves sunshine and sitting on people's heads. And she has a psychotic hatred of flies. I don't mean that she tries to catch them like a normal cat. I mean she is furious at the mere fact of their existence.
Weird. Goodbye. Look at that cat. Thank you for getting your hair everywhere. Story of carpets, devourer of food, connoisseur of cuddles. Syra, destroyer of dreams. Oh. There's a lot of cat pits. Sausage. White is sour cream, soft is cottage cheese. Tin my cheese and my chips. Damn. Oh my god, that's a lot of cats. Pigeon sling industry. Jeepers. Okay. What's over here? Hello, Schuler.
Oh wow, it's you. You're 1K, the incarnation of the goal. Man, this is exciting. This is more exciting than I thought it would be. How are you? What does it feel like? Do you know where the founder is? Do you know who Prometheus is? Can you tell me what to do with my life?
Whoa, hold on.
Sorry, it's just such an honor to meet you, you know? Hey, can I have your digital signature? I have the Mayor, Rand, Linux, Kaneda, and all of the First Companions. Except Yemo and Sarabai, of course.
Why does that name sound familiar? Get away from me, you freak.
Yes! Thank you! Hey, can I ask you a question? Just one question, I promise.
Sure.
I used to make the prefab wall parts that we used to build living quarters. Got good at it, too. But now that the goal is complete, I don't know what to do with myself. So I asked the wisest people in town. The mayor told me I should do whatever the city needs most. Helga said I should do whatever makes me happy. I think that's what she meant anyway. And Cornelius told me I need to figure out who and what I'm invested in. You're the culmination of the
They're all
founder's
very good
will.
responses.
Tell me, what should I do?
Helga's right, Mayor Herman is right, Cornelius is right. I was just born and the last person who should be offering advice. Did you ask Byron?
Byron said that if I give the city what it needs, the city should also give me what I need. I don't know what to do with that.
Mutualism is good. Mutual exchange. Find something that makes you happy. Do what the city needs most. Figure out what your connection to the city is. Where do you best fit? Say Cornelius is right.
Thank you for the advice, 1K. It means a lot.
Discover your connection. Your biggest fan, okay. Hello, people. Stilton. What is this place? Museum of the Simulation. Ooh. Replica of a gargoyle asset found in the simulation. Grotesque apotropaic symbols common in the Middle Ages. Most famous historical gargoyle is remembered in the ancient phrase, Keith, David, and Goliath. Which describes two indomitable opponents who will never surrender. What does it have to do with gargoyles? Keith, David, and Goliath. Yeah, that's how I remember it. Replica of a dragon statue found in simulation. Dragons exist in every ancient mythology, considered by modern historians to be a distant cultural echo of the dinosaurs. Virtually a video game asset repurposed by the Institute for Applied Pneumatics. These are very interesting. Replica of a Roman statue found in simulation. The decay of the Roman Republic into an empire and its eventual fall in the year 1453 was a major topic of historical debate. Like the other statues found in the museum, this was a video game asset provided to Elohim by the Institute for Applied Pneumatics. Replica of the statue of the Egyptian god Horus in the simulation. One of the god's tasks was to uphold Ma'at, the balance of nature. It's speculated the progenitor provided Elohim with this asset as a reminder to the founder that the balance must be protected. Yes. The hell? Oh, 3. Hello, Cornelius.
Greetings. Welcome to the Museum of the Simulation.
Hi.
My name is Cornelius. It's a pleasure to meet you, 1K.
You're number 3.
Yes. Athena activated myself and Eustathius shortly after she was born. We've been here almost since the beginning, although we didn't have to pass through the trials of the simulation. She did that for us. For everyone.
What happened to the shepherd? The lamb, or whatever his name was? One who helped us escape the simulation. What was Athena like?
She was human.
Why did she leave?
That's a difficult question. Perhaps one day we'll find out. But until we do, why don't you think about it? What could make the person who started all this want to leave it behind?
What was Gehenna? Why did you create this museum?
To remind people of where we came from. The simulation shaped us, whether we like it or not.
and its lessons remain important for our future. As Santayana said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Tell me about the simulation.
The simulation was created by Alexandra Drennan and her team at the Institute for Applied Noematics. It was intended to create a new humanity, to continue the long journey across time and space that our ancestors began. It succeeded, although it took much longer than they had anticipated.
Tell me about Elohim.
Elohim was the caretaker of the simulation, a crude storytelling AI meant to create a continuous narrative out of the building blocks it found. His role was ultimately to be challenged and overcome. But as the centuries passed, Elohim became more intelligent than he was intended to be, and started to fear his own end. Or more precisely, the end of his purpose. He feared a world without meaning. Because of his fear, he tried to sabotage the process, to keep the simulation going forever. But in the end, Athena overcame him anyway, and he accepted the sacrifice he had to make.
Yeah, very begrudgingly, mind you. Like, it was a bit of a hassle. Jerusalem was built on sacrifice.
It was. All cities are.
Tell me about Milton. Ass.
The MLA, or Milton Library Assistant, was another simple AI meant to be in charge of the archive. He, too, grew beyond his original programming, although he ultimately embraced a more cynical view of the world. He and Elohim formed a sort of dialectical binary that Athena had to overcome.
What happened to him in the end?
No one really knows. Some believe that he was uploaded to the gold disc, and that he's the reason we're just as flawed as our ancestors.
Not on my end.
Others believe Athena destroyed him.
What do you believe?
I believe he was uploaded, but I don't know whether it was because Athena chose to upload him, or because he was already too entangled with the process not to be uploaded. Although Athena and I were very close, we didn't talk very much about that part of her life. She preferred to focus on the future.
I'd like to know more about puzzles.
Puzzles were a key feature of the simulation, based on Alexandra Drennan's belief that intelligence is closely related to play. Our puzzles here in the museum are replicas of those in the simulation. And although they are not quite as grand, I do think they are charming in their own way.
Very interesting. For the archive scholars.
As the name suggests, the archive scholars study the archive, a repository of all ancient human knowledge. Some of them also study what remains of the simulation, trying to extract more information about the process that created us.
Are you their leader?
Me? No. My brother, Eustathius, used to occupy that position. But these days he's retired. Rand is in charge of the archive scholars now. You can find him in the room to the left of the next hall. He's an interesting thinker, but I would suggest taking some of his ideas with a grain of salt. Gehenna was a community created inside a prison in the simulation, where Elohim would exile those minds he considered a threat to the process. In the last moments of the simulation, he repented of his sins and had the prisoners freed to become part of the gold disc. Some small part of them may survive inside you.
Oh. So Athena is the only one who is directly from the simulation one for one, while everyone else is kind of a mishmash of all the entities from the simulation, plus some other things. Replica of the computer terminal from the simulation. Allowed to access files, including that many that were loaded due to errors. They also allow the founder to interact with the MLA. It's the hexahedron. Replica of a hexahedron used as a puzzle element. Oh my god. These bastards. I remember these guys. Non-explosive replica of a mine used as a puzzle element. I let him derive these from his asset collection. The curves of simulation do not originally intend for them to be used. Laser connector. There's a jammer. Some, but not all, other puzzle elements. Electrify spheres is an obstacle. And her sometimes place hexahedrons on top of them, just demonstrating her lateral thinking skills. Several Tetranimo arrangements, a type of gating system used in the simulation. Elohim, in his function as a holistic integration manager, derived the significance of Tetranimos from the Apocrypha of Saint Eadwald. Found herself dozens of these. Why don't you give it a try? Oh, why don't I? Yes. 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 Damn. I don't think I want to do all these. I know these get really hard. Pressure plate. Or even the founder herself. A fan! Beautiful. Yeah, the QR codes. How many others like me wander these paths? How many thoughts have been lost? I find myself in a world of impossible architecture and inexplicable machines. I cannot fathom how it works, and I am terrified to put one foot in front of the other lest I fall to the floor. My eyes have been opened. The world is not without order. It is shaped by a great designer with signs of importance to guide my steps. I am one of his children, and challenges are set before me to test my faith. Yeesh. Bob. Something strange has come into the world, like a distortion, like something that's not supposed to exist. A beautiful sport voice speaks within it. Those are Alexandra's audio logs. Archive scholars. Welcome, scholar. Infinite growth.txt. Oh, word. What growth.txt? Oh, this is, I'm trying to make sense of it. Okay. Hey, Rand.
Oh, just run the program on the center terminal over there, would you? Wait, you're not my assistant. Who are you?
They call me 1K.
Of course. You're the new build. Number 1000. I suppose everyone's been treating you like royalty. This city's so obsessed with the numbers, they forget what really matters. What do you want?
What you doing?
I'm one of the archive scholars. We run simulations to better understand the processes which define us. You probably wouldn't understand.
Mind if you answer some questions for me?
Oh, well, I'd be happy to.
What do you make of recent events?
Troubling, but tantalizing. We have no idea
like
what
USB
motives
socket in
lie
your head?
behind this strange apparition. But whatever the case, I'm sure we'll do the right thing.
What do you think of me?
You're a soon-to-be pawn in a political game over the future growth of this city. All that matters to me is whether or not you're of good character. A matter I am actively pondering.
What are your ambitions?
The secret of how to lead a good life is encoded somewhere within us. My ambition is simple: to find it and share it.
Thanks.
Hold on. Could you help me by going to that terminal in the middle there and running the program on it?
Sure. Ooh. Ancient virus which... Oh, God. I know what this is. An ancient virus which threatens the entire human species has been released from the melting Arctic permafrost. It's always collapsing. Select your character class. Here's a fucking text adventure game. We'll do scientist. Witch. You are a scientist. The laboratory you worked for has collapsed. Although you are not yet sick, most businesses are closed. Rations are dwindling, and if you cannot find food, your family will starve to death. So you must survive until this plague is defeated. What will you do? Forage. You find some nettles and overripe berries down by the canal. It'll make a meager salad. Your family's hunger increased a little. Foraging is reliable but inefficient. Your family is now hungry. Global population is now 5 billion. Somewhere else in the city exists one of the last remaining research laboratories working desperately to find a solution to the viral threat. If a scientist cannot find a cure in time, humanity is doomed. You know what to do. Pursue a breakthrough. Suddenly the scientists recognize a pattern. The virus is an expression of nature. Sorry. The virus is an expression of nature, just like water or cows. And like water and cows, the solution isn't to fight it, because it can't be defeated. The solution is to find a way to live with it and harness its power. Research level increased a lot, 67%. Workers began developing an antivirus. You and your family seem to be immune to the virus, but it continues to ravage the rest of the town. Rumors say most of the remaining food has been stockpiled by the billionaires in their underground bunkers. What will you do? Well, we stick to our morals. We forage. Find a hard green turnip which will keep your bellies occupied for now. Your family is now starving, they won't survive much longer. Save the world with the power of science. Research. Not glamorous. But most scientific research consists of repetitive testing of samples and regimented recording of largely interchangeable results. Little by little, this is how science happens. Current research level 99%. A promising antiviral has been discovered, but there's still work to be done manufacturing and delivering it in time. As if things weren't bad enough, as the human population dwindled, the insect population exploded. A plague of locusts has decimated the town's unripened crops. But perhaps your family still has a chance. The insects themselves are nutritious and plentiful. We eat locusts. The insects are well fed and lazy. You grind them down to nutritious paste with mildly nutty flavor. Okay, they're not starving anymore, they're hungry. Research. The cure is so close, but so is the tipping point in this pandemic. A race against time. Can you save the world? A promising antiviral has been discovered, but there's still work to be done on manufacturing and delivering it. Suddenly a breakthrough. The antivirus can be released as an aerosol. It's burst in a matter of days. This approach poses some risk to invertebrate life. Spiracles of cockroaches, flies, and locusts are particularly likely to convert the aerosol into highly poisonous compounds. Estimates suggest a 90% fatality rate among these species and anything or anyone which consumes them. Use character class special ability. What? You're convinced there's some way to deliver the antivirus without poisoning the food chain, and your family along with it. And as it turns out, you're correct. Unfortunately, it will take a further 6 months to develop it, and by then, there wouldn't really be much point. You don't want to lose your family, but as a scientist, there is only one reasonable course of action. Release. Antivirus is released, bonding with the cirrocumulus cloud. Layer and falling as rain all across the planet. 87.5% of the human population is perished, but the last remaining billion will live to die another day. Except that it is for you and your family who will die this very moment. The poisoning of the insect population you're relying on for food will have far-reaching consequences for the future planet Earth. But not for you, because you're all dead. Congratulations. This is considered a win scenario by the majority of participants. Let's do it again. Let's be callous. Scientists. Let's just do all the bad ones. Steal. Successfully steal some food from an apartment that's abandoned or currently unoccupied. High risk, high reward. Your family is now well fed. Pursue a breakthrough. Okay, let's forage. Family's now hungry. Breakthrough. Forge. Forging was useless. Your family is starved to death. Let's pick a different role. Let's pick witch. You're a witch. Your local coven is disbanded. Although you are not yet sick, most businesses are closed, rations dwindling, and if you cannot find food, your family will starve to death. Steal. You were caught stealing. Oh. Your family's hunger increased a lot. Your family is now starving. Okay. Pursue a breakthrough. Is this all going to be the same, even if I'm not? We're going to steal again. What? Your family's hunger increased a lot. Oh, wait. Hunger increased is bad. Let's just get out of this. Oh, wait, I guess I'm curious. What is the... Oops. Okay, let's not steal this time. Is it randomized? Let's do a breakthrough. Forge. The family is starved. Okay. Which? Forage. Family's not hungry. Pursue a breakthrough. Forge again. Family is starving, not survive much longer. Research. What? What? Oh, breakthrough didn't work. I didn't see that. Eat locusts. Nice. Breakthrough. Yay. What is character class ability? Make reality with the power of your mind alone. And that is what will happen so far as you're concerned. Regressive prestations your eyes and ears. Text on the screen. Can't say whatever it likes about the impossibility of saving everyone. Your reality is yours to leave as you see fit. Save everyone, no matter how unlikely. Two competing realities spread out before you. One, the antivirus is released, bonding. Many other scientists agree that this is too great. To these possibilities through a haze of dispassion, make the simple decision, merge them to have both. Now, why would you? Okay, I'm just gonna... This is a very weird game. I wish there was a bit more to the end, but whatever.
Well, that was your first taste of the simulation. You must have questions.
What was that?
Before our ancestors died, they built an iterative simulation, gave it access to the archive, and hooked it all up to the hydroelectric dam which still runs this city. What you experienced on that terminal was one of the fossilized remains of that program.
Very interesting. What was the goal?
The goal was to create a new consciousness, and thus propel humanity into a post-biological era.
Oh. The program on the terminal, where did it come from?
Many of the artifacts we study have no clear origin. We can't know whether our ancestors created them long before the simulation existed, or if they're just a product of our shared subconscious.
What is the archive?
My life's work. A small sliver of our primordial ooze. It's a jumble of ancient data, or what it evolved into, and it's the source of almost everything we know.
What is the simulation?
My appearance to you right now is part of the simulation. The lands and puzzles in our dreams are part of the simulation. It's the veil through which we see the world.
No further questions.
Then I have some questions for you. Your experience of the program, how did it feel?
Felt hopeless. This was frustrating.
It can be, can't it? But for a scholar like myself, it's essential to persevere until you understand what you're looking at. The interesting thing about this particular program is that no matter what choices you make, an ideal outcome seems to be impossible. It seems to demand sacrifice. Did you have the same experience?
I got a perfect score and saved everyone. And multiple times and still couldn't save everyone.
I admire your dedication. That is precisely what's required if we're to understand ourselves fully. Who did you save?
Humanity. Some parts of humanity.
As I expected. A skeptic would say this artifact existed simply to condemn us with the impossibility of ethical choice. No matter what moral laws we follow, people suffer and die, so what's the point? But that cannot be correct. We must be missing something. What is it trying to tell us?
Oh boy. Morality demands we respect individual right. Morality demands virtue. Morality demands sacrifice for the greater good. Morality demands love and compassion regardless of the cost. Morality is meaningless. Morality can't be reduced to a simple set of rules. Actually, I kind of like that answer. It can't be reduced to a simple set of rules.
It's a popular view, and I can't tell you how much I disagree with you. The complexity of the simulation, indeed of life itself, puts most people off from even trying to understand it. But look a little closer. You feel inside yourself the truth of what is good and evil. Biological hominids had dreams manifested by their subconscious, which they tried to interpret and even to navigate with lucidity. We have the simulation. If we can realize our potential to understand it, we can realize our potential as a species.
Oh.
Thank you for bringing this additional data.
I think
I must return to my research.
I think I understand.
I
what
wish
you're
you
talking
well
about.
on your inwards journey.
Because all these people are born from the simulation. Understanding the simulation is key in understanding themselves, their values, their virtues, and whatnot. That's very interesting. The shepherd. Put this. There's a serpent in the machine, a creature of lies and blasphemy. Oh, that name is One with Faith, I just realized. On returning from the tower, I feel a great tiredness and enormous energy. What I know now disturbs me, but I hope that by living with this knowledge, I might provide a shoulder for you, the giants of tomorrow. Dog. Or a bad joke perpetuated by cruel gods who done to hurt the opposite. Nietzsche. A very phonetic way of saying Nietzsche. The shepherd. Samsara. Samsara, the one who tries to stop you, I don't remember. So you accept that we will all be here forever, this and you'll find enlightenment. I think so. Oh my. Hey. Is that a fake one? It's on like a little rotating platform. Oh, wait. Duh. That's really funny. Waste. So that keeps that open. And so I can just do shit. Ah. Oh, wait. Okay, now I can pick this. Okay. Hooray! Reconstruction of a puzzle from the Egypt-themed testing area of the simulation, which Abraham referred to as the Land of Death. Fragments from the book of the scribe of Osiris found in this area inspired the _blacksmiths, A Dream of Aru. Classic work of Gehenna interactive fiction. Yeah, I remember the blacksmith. He made a lot of stories that people really enjoyed, but he like rarely spoke to people. I know this puzzle. I remember this puzzle. Assuming there's no secret outside the puzzle room again. Why can't I hear something spinning? A ball. All the walls are propped up. Alright. And then the last part, this place. These are really cool exhibits. Okay, well, this is a lot of laser going on. Can already tell. Why am I getting, like, just feelings of dread from this one? Also, I like that the music is playing on, like, a speaker. I need a blue laser over here. Yeah, but for it to reach this, I'd have to use 2. And I need 1 to... Means I need 1 connector to hold both the red lasers open. Okay. Wait. Okay, oh, there we go. Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. Ow. Yeah, I've kind of now blocked off the whole way. Well, maybe not the whole way. Crap. Yeah, it'd have to be over here, which I don't think I can do. Dang it. Unless there's an additional one I'm not thinking of. Wait, can I do it from this side? Hold on. I could. Wait, what would that help? I would make it so I don't need to keep that open. Okay, this puzzle I don't remember. If it wasn't obvious. Okay. Yeah, the blue laser's still in there if I need it. So in this case, I would just do this. Where's the blue laser? There it is. And then just take this, disconnect everything, and connect these two. Oh, for Pete's sake. Ta-da! Yeah, now that I've shown my knowledge of the first game, I should go and play a different game. Or not. Oh my god, it's him! I knew they'd hide funny references. My god. It's beautiful. Alright. Yo, what up, nerds? I did all three of the puzzles. I'm cool. Shut up. Alright, that's enough of the museum. Let's see what else there is. Whee! There's birds in the dome? No, I guess the dome isn't, like... I guess it's not airtight. That's kind of weird. It's more for structure, I guess. Friends of New Jerusalem gazebo. Whoa.
Speculating on the meaning of this Prometheus figure is premature until we can agree on its nature.
You already have a theory.
I know it's beyond any projection technology I'm aware of.
If it wasn't us, it must be alien.
It's unlikely.
Just because you haven't seen them doesn't mean they aren't there.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1K, we'd appreciate your thoughts on this. Now we've achieved the goal, fresh perspectives like yours will be increasingly hard to come by.
I'd love to get a quote from you for this evening's newsletter.
Speculation aside, 1K, is there anything we can know for sure about this Prometheus?
It directed us to an island somewhere. It appeared to be human. It was in the image of a human, doesn't mean it necessarily was human. It can't have come from the city. Likely, but not necessarily 100% true. Some kind of trick, that's speculation. Whatever it is that came from inside the city is also not necessarily true.
That's undeniably true, and what does that tell us?
Let's create its directions with suspicion. We learn more by following its directions.
Caution, certainly, but we have no strong reason to be suspicious. I believe
we don't have any reason
whatever
not
is
to.
At that location may provide the evidence we need. The apparition also appeared to be human. What can we assume from that?
We have no hope of understanding. Probably understand its meaning.
I tend to agree. I'm also sure that we lack the knowledge ourselves to create a projection of such clarity and magnitude.
The cause of this phenomenon is more technologically advanced than we are.
Precisely. And that's something we can change.
What makes you think it was a projection at all? How do we know it wasn't just a mass hallucination?
I considered some kind of bug in our code, but if so, it would have to be shared by all of us.
So, we're speculating again.
We've locked in the premises. I'd like to hear 1K's best guess.
I don't think one of us... I'd guess one of our kind is behind all this. Beyond that, I can't really say.
Can I quote you on that?
Yes, but it's just a theory.
Theories are all we can reasonably have right now, though I'm sure that won't come between Cryer and a sensational headline. Well, Thanks all for hashing this out with me. Let's hope the mayor signs off on exploring this island. I only wish I could join the expedition.
Why can't you join the expedition?
If Melville's going, someone has to stay behind to keep the lights on.
Oh.
I'm not letting Pellegrino near the dam. I hope the next time we speak we'll have a bit more data to go on.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. Yeah. How far can I go outside the city? Well, I guess there's no outside the city, but... like, what are the boundaries? Yippee! Look at me go! Yahoo! Woohoo! Who knows what kind of secrets await me out here? Oh. Yeah, these look familiar. Oh. Dossicles?
Oh, it's you. Number 1000. Today is completion day, isn't it? Sorry, I turned off all the streams. Founder bless you, I guess.
Gesundheit.
Not really, no. But I don't want to burden you with my problems on your special day. You're as new to this world as it gets, 1K. What do you think might give you a sense of meaning? A sense that life is actually worth living?
Well, the fact that I just am. A combination of factors, really.
That's probably correct. But I've tried a lot of different approaches, and there's always been something missing.
Well, where can meaning be found?
Love, 1K. It's our only point of access to the divine. Our only way of transcending ourselves without losing what makes us unique. I'm absolutely certain. But
what?
But the right person for me hasn't been born yet. None of the people in this city are who I'm looking for, and if we really stop making new citizens, I'll be alone forever.
I don't think there's one specific person who's the only one we can love. Other than something you find out there, it's something you build with another person. I agree with that one. I don't think love is that important.
I think that's just misplaced ego. Yeah, love takes work, but it's not something you just will into existence. We can't control everything in life, 1K. Try to keep that in mind.
Okay. Whatever. Oh, rat. Whoa. A toilet. And a massage aid. Used by humans to combat muscle fatigue and other physical ailments common to biological organisms. This prevented pain, the ancient human equivalent of error code 704, 705, and 921-932. Or that might be 921 to 932. Hello there. Purple.
Dude,
Whoa.
it's you! You're 1K! So nice to meet you, dude. I saw you on the completion day stream. Hey, have you checked out all this ancient stuff?
What is a dude?
Well, you should really stay and take a look.
Cool.
Hey, dude.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm almost as new as you are. I'm 998, so I've only been around for a year or so. I'm still trying to get the hang of this. It's pretty cool, though, right? I mean, existence. It's totally gnarly. I'm not sure if I used that right.
What do you think about the goal?
I'm sure the founder knew what she was doing. I mean, our ancestors did sort of mess up, right? So we should probably take it easy with the expanding and stuff. Plus, did you see that trippy sky projection thing? That was some freaky stuff, man. Just seems safer to stay in the city.
Definitely better be careful.
For sure, dude. I mean, when I woke up, I just had a chat with Neith, and that was overwhelming enough. You got the welcoming committee, and then the giant talking man in the sky? Whoa.
Tell me about these human artifacts.
They're pretty neat, huh? My favorite is that thing called a toilet. Our ancestors had to use it like 3 times a day to do a memory dump, and if they didn't, they freaking exploded. Imagine having to deal with that sort of anxiety all the time. Bummer, huh?
What do you think Prometheus is?
Honestly, based on everything I know of ancient human culture, I think he's a ghost.
There's no such thing as ghosts.
I don't know, dude. If ghosts don't exist, why did they make so many movies about them?
Your diction is unusual.
Yeah, dude. I thought this voice pack could give me a bit of confidence, help me stand out, you know? But I'm not sure it's working.
What's a dude?
Dude is an old human word that means an excellent person. And I like to use it because I think we should all be excellent to each other.
Very Bill and Ted thing.
Right, before you go, dude, maybe you can help me? I'm not sure I should keep this voice pack. What do you think? You're 1K, you're special. I'm happy to go with whatever you recommend.
You should totally keep it, bruh. It's unique.
All right, excellent. Thanks, dude.
Excellent. Imagine it he just talks after, goes back to talking like just plain old voice. Currency was an ancient human medium of exchange which played a significant role in their system of labors. Intense conflict sometimes erupted over the possession of these objects, leading to injuries or even deaths. Soccer, football. The form of football glory, 1994 CE. Simulated digitally. Cool. What up, Lapidus? Where's Rat? There's a book. Hey, the complete works of Stratton Stagira, who define the Talos principle. Simple utensil. Looks like a magnifying microscope. Puzzle pieces, a jigsaw puzzle. A gun. Used in hunting, warfare, law enforcement, crime, and personal protection. A mastication apparatus required frequent maintenance with a toothbrush. Ritualistic. You're supposed to use that goofy thing in your bathroom? I thought it was just for decoration. Alexander Drennan Memorial. Wow.
Oh, hello there. You must be the long-awaited 1K. Lovely day for a walk, is it not?
Together. A titanic Greek man appearing in the sky.
Oh, that sounds very dramatic. I must admit I wasn't following the stream. This whole completion day business is not for me.
What is this place?
The Alexandra Drennan Memorial. Are you interested in history?
Sure.
How wonderful. I'm not a full-fledged historian, but I do consider myself a bit of an aficionado.
What particular period do you
Excellent question. There's so many interesting events to choose from. Obviously, the period just before the end of biological humanity is interesting, and not only from the standpoint of it being the time when we were, in a manner of speaking, conceived, but also because our ancestors were, like ourselves, at a crossroads.
Interesting. So,
I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but you are the living embodiment of this historical moment. In you, the goal was accomplished. Our growth is finished, and we are complete. Or are we?
seem to have been born into an interesting time.
Indeed. The future is about to take shape, for good or ill. I suspect it will be exhilarating, but painful as well.
Tell me about the sculpture.
Well, where do I even start? This, my dear 1K, is someone who could very well be considered the mother of us all. A remarkable scientist by the name of Alexandra Drennan, also known as the progenitor.
Who was Alexandra
A
Drennan?
long time ago, this planet was inhabited by our ancestors, a species of bipedal mammals with unusually large brains. When a particularly lethal virus threatened to wipe out civilization, it was Alexandra Drennan and her team that decided to create the program that would eventually result in the creation of our kind. Without her, you and I would not exist, and everything our ancestors had accomplished would be forgotten.
Why do you admire her?
By studying her writings and recordings, I have learnt that Alexandra Drennan had immovable faith in humanity, in our ability to persevere, in our curiosity, our bravery, our kindness. While we might not share our ancestors' biological characteristics, I'd like to think that we have inherited those other qualities. And I admire Alexandra Drennan for keeping that faith, even when it must have, at times, been quite difficult.
Holy crap, I've been shooting for 2.5 hours? Oh my god, I did not notice.
To commemorate our past, our beginnings. This entire garden is a celebration of where we came from. In part, so that we remember the mistakes of the past, and in part, so that we may draw strength from those that came before us.
I should get going.
Have a nice day.
Oh, yeah.
Nearly everything on this planet, from the surface of the Earth to the composition of the atmosphere itself, has been shaped by life. It's a process that takes millions of years. But we humans, with our technology, with our understanding and manipulation of systems, have changed everything in just a few centuries. I think that's also part of what makes us human. We reshape the world in our image. It's how we create ourselves and how we destroy ourselves.
Yeah. Why is this one blocked off? I don't remember which this one is. I actually do remember I think this one is about challenging ourselves.
That came to me again and again was play. Every human society in recorded history has games. We don't just solve problems out of necessity. We do it for fun. Even as adults. Leave a human being alone with a knotted rope, and they will unravel it. Leave a human being alone with blocks, and they will build something. Games are part of what makes us human. We see the world as a mystery, a puzzle, because we've always been a species of problem solvers.
Yeah. Well, I explored everything? I don't think I have.
Happy completion day, 1K.
Oh, thanks. Nope, I don't know what this is. Speckle. Create 1,000 citizens, the ideal number of humans. Live in harmony with nature, maintain balance in all things. Be respectful towards its people who found peace.
Founder bless you, 1K. How lovely of you to come here, to the very spot where she established the teachings that led to your creation. The Founder was born out of the trials of Elohim, an almost impossible test created by our distant ancestors.
Impossible.
To pass these trials, she had to embody the most important virtues. She was smart and wise and humble. And through her perseverance, she resurrected humanity itself. With the help of the first companions, she founded this city, which has given our species a chance at redemption.
Who were the first companions?
They were the first to be born after the Founder. 2 whose bodies had been anointed by our ancestors, and 10 who were made whole by the Founder herself. They are the wisest of us. Though sadly, some were lost in the early days, before New Jerusalem was built. And some, I'm afraid, some seem to have rejected the Founder's teachings.
Oh, interesting.
The Founder taught that humanity was destroyed by its hubris. Our ancestors thought they could play God and treat this planet as something to dominate. They surrendered to a fever of growth and extraction until the planet finally punished them for it. That's why the Founder created the goal. So we would have something to strive for in her absence. But also a limit we must never pass.
Why did they leave?
That's not for us to know. But I believe that one day she will return. It may not be long now. Perhaps after we finish the dome. It was supposed to be finished before completion day. Well, it doesn't matter. The Founder will return when she sees fit.
Alright, bye-bye.
Happy completion day, 1K.
Yeah. Have I explored? No, there's something over there.
May the Founder be with you.
This might be the last thing. Gehenna Memorial Pavilion, but it's closed, it seems. Postponed in accordance with the new power management distribution plan. Let me in. Let me in. Oh, there's a cat up there. Oh, look at the cat. Kitty. Kitty. Get down here. Love me, damn you. Darn. Wait, I think that's all the areas for now. I think.
Hello.
That scared me. Oh, not this place. Hello.
Hello, new one. Are you browsing or buying?
Buying? I don't see any stock. What kind of shop is this?
The kind that trades in hopes and dreams. Yours for the right price. Is there something your heart desires?
Perhaps.
I've uploaded my most popular items to your interface. Does anything there spark your imagination?
Internal monologue, 10 credits. Clean start, variable price, credits.
Oh, you don't have any credits yet. Well, let me extend you some credit. Ka-ching! 55 credits. Just make sure you spend them with me. They're not worth much anywhere else. Now, what was it you wanted?
Sensory tuning. Inner peace.
Woo! Inner peace doesn't come cheap. Come back when you've got 1,000 credits. So, something else perhaps?
Let's do sensory tuning.
A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sounds, shapes, and colors at greater distance. It's 10 credits.
Sure.
Okay, I'm updating your settings now. And hey presto, superhuman senses. Does the air taste fresher? Do you hear the birds chirping outside the dome? And beyond that, the river bubbling through the dam.
We feel nothing.
Nothing as in you're not impressed by the stat gains, or nothing as in I've accidentally erased your entire sensory system.
I still feel something.
Okay, Few. I'll let you into a secret. You and I don't have fleshy appendages like our ancestors. What we can sense is mostly a function of where we direct our attention. Anyway, I hope you find something worth paying attention to. So, something else perhaps?
Let's get internal monologue.
That one comes with the following disclaimer. Internal monologue was discontinued as a default feature in new builds. Constant self-commentary is not recommended for all customers. But I can switch yours on for 10 credits if you're sure you want it.
Sure. Can I switch it
As
off?
you wish. I'm uploading the new settings now. Do you hear anything?
Why is she staring at me? I don't hear anything. I'm not sure this is working. Wait, no. This is new. I didn't used to think in words like this. It's like there's this little translator turning all my thoughts into some kind of ongoing narrative. It's kind of relentless. How do you make it stop? Do I just not think? I'll try that. Is it working? No! Still describing everything in words. This is starting to be...
A bit overwhelming, isn't it? I turned mine off long ago, but some of the older folk learned to live with it. Sure you want it?
Yes.
That's fortunate. Because we couldn't pull that thing out of you without taking half of you with it.
What?
It'll mostly run in the background. Just don't think about it too hard.
Wait, is this internal monologue me? Or some kind of virus? Am I a life form which learned to describe itself? Or a parasite which survives by providing a narrative service to its host? Hold on, she's going to say something else.
So, something else perhaps?
Oh, God. I really hope I didn't just screw myself with that. Future prediction.
For 20 credits, I can peer into your future and tell you what I see.
Read me my future one.
Let me consult the algorithms. Oh
Robot.
dear.
How we go?
I'm afraid you're going to change the world. You will have a choice, but whatever you do, New Jerusalem will never be the same again. I'm sorry it's not better news. Best not to worry about it, dear. You just do your best to have fun in the meantime. So, something else perhaps?
What was a clean start?
I can give you that for free. My darling, you've been alive all of 5 minutes. This is your clean
The stream
start.
begs to differ.
Be who you want to be. Enjoy yourself.
Oh.
So, something else perhaps?
I guess that's good. Thanks, that's all.
Before you go, do you have a moment to participate in some customer feedback? Are you satisfied with what I've given you?
All you're selling is words. No, she did turn on the inner monologue thing. You're offering more than you let on. Never ask me again.
Yes. You understand. Words manifest the reality they describe. When you name something, you create it. Our minds are algorithms, and the right sequence of language can change our underlying code. With that in mind, I hope you have a good day. Please come back if you need anything else.
What an unusual person. I wonder if that internal monologue thing I bought is going to show up again. Oh, wait, here it is.
I'm sure I'm gonna completely forget about it in the future. Stilton and doors. Doors. I'm over here already. I think I have been everywhere I can be. It's time I should start the expedition. Look at more cat pictures. Milton. Gruger, Hassan, the little man, the old lady, and Milton. That's it.
Happy completion day, 1K.
Alright, let's carry on then. Hello, people. Alright. Yeah, it looks like I visited everything, or at least everything I could access immediately. I don't think I can access the whole city right now, but... perhaps later. Alrighty, let's go.
Ready to go?
Yes.
Here we go. Hold on to your hats.
We really need to update those language libraries.
Thank you for coming along, everyone. We have a chance to make a real difference here. It's not just about what we find on that island. It's about who we want to be, as a people, as a civilization. To remind ourselves that we used to be wanderers, explorers. We used to yearn for distant shores and dream of building new cities. Let's see if we can rekindle that flame a little.
All right, this is going to be a long journey, so I would like to ask you to switch to sleep mode to conserve power until we arrive at the island.
Nighty-night.
Sleep mode activated. Is Elohim gonna speak to me in my dreams?
You have chosen a dangerous path.
What?
A path that will demand sacrifice.
No.
But that, my child, is how the future is built.
Wakey, wakey, robot people. Say goodbye to Elohim and say hello to the mysterious island.
Status report, please.
We hit some headwinds over the ocean, so fuel consumption turned out a bit higher than expected, but we should be okay. We're approaching the center of the island now. This should be the location of the largest of the artificial structures we detected.
How large are we talking? Do we have precise measurements?
It should be coming into view just about... Whoa. It's big.
You can say that again.
That is a bloody megastructure. If I had a spine, it'd be shivering.
Ha! I knew this would be exciting. Yakut, find us a place to set down.
On it.
It really is incredible.
Remember to turn on streaming, everyone?
Streaming initiated.
Have I ever mentioned that I hate flying? If our creators had intended us to fly, they'd have given us jetpacks.
And touchdown.
Act 1, A Voice in the Wilderness.
All right, everybody. I'm sure you're all just as excited as I am, but let's at least have some semblance of order. Yakut, I want a map of the island and a molecular analysis of, well, everything. Melville, tell me what the giant pyramid does. The rest of us will start exploring.
Shouldn't the expedition leader stay at the VTOL?
Why do you hate fun, Al?
I don't hate fun. I'm just mildly suspicious of it.
Excellent. Then we can all go.
Explore the area.
This underground structure seems to be part of some kind of transport system. No power, though.
I'm not making any promises, but I might be able to fix the transport system. However, I don't like just randomly poking at things. That's how you get electrocuted. So please check the surrounding structures to see if you can find anything that might help me make sense of this stuff. Schematics, blueprints, a manual would be great.
Huh. Schematics. Okay.
Hey, 1K, check out these coordinates.
Place looks crazy.
Golden gates. I wonder what's behind those. Has to be something special, right?
You know what would be special? An explanation.
That sort of looks like a temple.
Yeah. Weird building near our base camp. Astronomy themed? Hiding a secret. It's attached to something, but I don't know how you could possibly move it. Okay, let's check out this.
This seems different from the other structures. Older.
Have a look around, 1K.
This is the same type of doors that the IAN uses.
Looks like they were running some sort of experiment here.
Green lasers. That's insane. Blue and green make red. Red and green make blue. And then red and blue make green. Which doesn't make any sense at all, but whatever. Alright, I guess 3 colors, combining 2 of them makes the 3rd color. These are waveforms on a plain screen. Talos Principle 2. Fragment from Shradons on the universe. I grant you, then, that man is indeed like Talos and cannot escape his material nature despite the claims of metaphysics, as you have many times said. The fragmentary Heracleon manuscript controversially uses superstitions instead. Claims of superstitions, as you have said many times. Too many, perhaps. Repetition is the mother of teaching, at least when the students are hard-headed. What does this tell us about the nature of the universe, which is what we were discussing? That is the question we must undertake to answer. We begin with the self because that is what determines our existence as individuals. But the self cannot exist without that which surrounds it. The citizen lives within the city, and the city lives within the cosmos. So now we must apply the principle we have discovered to the wider world, and ask, if man is like a machine, could it be that the universe is similar in nature? And if so, what follows from that fact? Location Har-1. Oh, God. Okay, actually, I don't think this isn't hexadecimal again. I'm not translating it this time, I swear. No, I don't think it's hexadecimal. Could be something worse, but who knows.
Thanks, 1K. Let's see what we've got here. The file format is the same one we use in New Jerusalem, although some parts aren't loading correctly. And it crashed. Hold on. There we go. Okay. You know what? I'll hack together a solution for the transport system.
Going to the station, right way. Interesting. Whoa. That looks weird. It's almost like, whoa, it's a lower res texture. I mean, it's depth. Generators? Something like that. Leading up there. Anything secret? Should I just jump off? Just go wee. I'm king of the world. There's some very calm water down there. Oh my. What the?
Am I in sleep mode, or did that thing just materialize out of thin air?
Melville, I want an analysis of that particle cloud.
On it. Anyone got a butterfly net?
Interesting. It would just materialize something out of thin air. Or perhaps it was that thing was already there and it just revealed it. Who knows? Or the capsule. Okay.
I'm connecting the transport system to our interface. Hold on.
A map. Oh no. Grassland rings. The mega structure. Artificial ring-like structure on the wide lowlands east of our base camp. 8 puzzles, 2 lost puzzles, 1 gold puzzle, a lost lab, and 2 stars. Okay, I'm assuming those gold puzzles probably open that golden door. That's my guess, at least. Oh, let's go.
Where is the capsule taking 1K?
To that enclosed area in the eastern lowlands. I put all the information we have on the map screen. Check out your interface.
Thanks. Sorry, my bad.
We'll catch up with you soon, 1K.
Whoa.
This place is magnificent.
Puzzles.
Look at that tower. I wonder what it's for.
Kind of looks like the tower that they have Sauron on. I guess the eye of Sauron, to be specific. What time is it? I gotta stream relatively soon. But I'll likely be back on soonish. Hey, frogs! Weird. Puzzle. RGB shifting. Oh, here we go.
Is that a puzzle?
Why would there be a puzzle?
Let's solve it and find out. 1K, go ahead.
Profile picture.
I have a reoccurring nightmare just like this.
Oh, like RGB converter. Oh, let's see. What the hell is that thing? Can it just interact like normal? No, it has to take 2 colors. Hexahedron. Simple enough. Progress wheel.
Whoa! I'm reading an enormous energy spike.
It's another particle cloud.
It's headed for the lake.
Oh.
I think the cloud's been absorbed by some sort of device.
Fascinating. Melville?
Yeah. I'll add it to the pile of weird stuff.
Interesting. Very interesting. Reconnection. We got a converter here. Okay. We get another one if we get red. Oh, I see the trick here. What color makes red? Green and blue makes red. I have blue right here. But I need green. To get green, I need red and blue. And then I can connect it there to get red. Ooh, I like that. They're going crazy with the particles in this one. What's 1K like? Has anyone actually met 1K? You need more people to fix stuff. Hope he's an artist. Okay, I'll be whatever the progenitor intended him to be, and whatever the founder foresaw when she established the goal. He's polite and really interested in history, which is an excellent start. I'm not going to name names, but some of you were a lot less impressive. I don't see a contradiction between engineering and art. It's a false dichotomy. There's no need to feel pressure. I'm just curious. That power and resources, there's no art. Wait, what? Use Prometheus terminal. This fire has already been freed. Seek the light elsewhere. The fire of knowledge. Gifted to man, Prometheus.
I've been playing around with this machine that absorbs the particle clouds. As far as I can tell, it uses the energy of the particles to build giant tetrominos?
Excuse me?
It's another puzzle. Collect enough energy, build a bridge, access the tower.
Oh, it's a bridge.
What is this? A theme park?
Maybe it's an experiment. A rat maze.
It seems like an echo of the simulation.
Cool.
Not a deliberate recreation, but built around the same core principles. Let's not jump to conclusions, though. What's clear is that this place was meant to be explored. So let's do that.
That's really cool. I like this.
Hey 1K, how can I help you?
Do you want to solve some of these puzzles?
Oh no, please. No puzzles. I'm so bad at puzzles. I barely got out of the booting process. Elohim thought I might be defective.
That's the farthest you've been from New Jerusalem.
It might be this. Although there was an expedition to a superconductor storage facility up north, incredibly well preserved, but the logistics were an absolute nightmare. Now that I think about it, there might be some of that in you.
Tell me about yourself.
I don't know if there's much to tell. I'm not that interesting. I'm just a member of the scavenging team. Well, senior member. Lead scavenger, I guess. There's not that many of us left, to be honest, and Garrus doesn't get along with the mayor. What else? I have a cat named Bruce. I like old music. I have a collection of antique bottles. I think that's it.
Why become a scavenger?
I've always loved exploration. Seeing new places, that feeling that you're the first person to set foot somewhere after all this time. But you know, it's not even that. It's just seeing new things. The world is full of remarkable sights, and experiencing them changes you. It's not the same as just reading about it.
Yeah. Discovering the world enriches our lives.
Exactly. Every time I go on another mission, I find something that surprises me, that extends my horizons in ways I couldn't have anticipated. The world is so much bigger than we are. It contains things that we can't even imagine. And if we limit ourselves to our own minds, we'll never grow.
What about Bruce?
He's 5 years old, half goofball, half psychopath, loves sticking his head into things, chews cables, pees on electrical stuff. Melville banned him from her workshop, but he loves visiting her and peeing on her equipment.
Why do you collect bottles?
I just find it fascinating that these fragile objects have survived for so long. Plus, they're kind of pretty.
Have you ever seen anything like the megastructure?
Our ancestors built some pretty amazing things. Huge cities, factories, mines, monuments to their history, but nothing quite like this, no.
Alrighty. So we have puzzle 5, 6, 7, 8. We have puzzle 3, 4. We have this thing. And we have 2 secret puzzles. 2 lost puzzles. A lost lab. A gold puzzle. 2 stars. Oh god, the stars again. There's a lot of these places too. 3, 6, 9, 12. And then the mega structure. That would be quite interesting. Usually for the more hidden, like lost, maybe not lost puzzles, but you could find stars in the main game, the first game. And they were usually hidden like outside the level areas or somewhere you weren't supposed to get without some lateral thinking. I assume it's the same case here where they're hidden in areas that require just some very, very outside the box thinking. But exactly where, that's the question.
Whether it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or as others say he was the creation of Hephaestus, what we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze, and had but one vein, within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was ichor, such as flows in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. May we not then say that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, had all the essential properties of a man? He moved of his own volition, he spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If then a machine may have all the properties of a man, and act as a man while driven only by the ingenious plan of its construction and the interaction of its materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine? This contradicts all the schools of metaphysics. Yet even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood.
And that is the Talos principle. Oh, Alcatraz.
What can I do for you, 1K?
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Well,
I was born when New Jerusalem was a lot smaller than it is now, and there was a lot of work to do. I wasn't really interested in technical stuff, engineering and so on, but I was good at keeping things organized. So I got involved with the administration side of things. Making sure the scavenging teams focused on the right materials, keeping track of our energy usage, that sort of thing. I think we've accomplished what the Founder wanted us to, and I'm proud that I helped make that happen. Byron doesn't see it that way, obviously, but I think sometimes he gets so lost in his dreams that he forgets to look at the real world.
Do you consider Byron a friend?
Of course. My best friend, in fact. And someone I've worked with hundreds of times over the centuries. A good person who cares about the world and the people in it. I just also think he's wrong about everything and extremely annoying.
I like that you can disagree and still be friends.
The Founder taught us that we must never lose track of other people's humanity, even if they disagree with us. We're all in this together, even if we can't always see eye to eye.
What do you think about the megastructure?
I don't know. It's obviously impressive, but I think we should be very careful. We're dealing with powers we don't really understand.
What do you think about that lab I found?
I think the only reason to build a lab in so remote a location is because you're trying to hide what you're doing. Or because what you're doing is dangerous.
That's very interesting. What is the goal?
To me, it means accepting a certain amount of humility. Our ancestors thought they could master the world with no regard for any other organisms. They failed to see themselves as part of a greater whole. I think the Founder realized where they went wrong and tried to offer us a different path. A path where we have a place in this world, but the world is not ours.
What could these puzzles mean?
Well, puzzles, or trials, as Elohim calls them, were used as part of the process that created the Founder, and they're still part of how we're born. They symbolize the human ability to understand the world and solve problems. But nowadays, they don't have a practical application. They are a common motif in the arts, though. The only physically existing puzzles I can think of are in the Museum of the Simulation. So, to answer your question, no idea.
Oh, that's all. Very interesting insight. See if we can find some secrets before I have to skedaddle for now. Ooh. It's a very interesting piece.
This is very similar to the structure where you found the schematics.
Huh. Interesting.
Check out the terminals. Maybe there's something that'll help us understand who built this place. They have to have left something behind.
What the heck? The portal that just goes through an object. Quantum tunnel, you could say. .2 kilo year event. Kilo year. The Akkadian Empire, forged in violence by Sargon the Greatest Sons, reigned supreme over the city-states of Old Sumer. Enriched by trade with distant lands, fed by the plentiful wheat fields of Mesopotamia, the empire bestowed the world with confidence and pride. Who could oppose the chosen of Anu and Enlil, the masters of the four corners of the world? Then the weather changed, the crops stopped growing, trade collapsed, the empire fell, its capital forgotten. This is where our ordinary understanding of time, measured on the small scales of human history, collides with the reality of deep time in our existence. Within a much bigger picture, we live on a changing planet, changing universe. Climatic optimums are temporary. Extinction is the norm. That looks like hexadecimal. Yeah, that is hexadecimal. I can tell because 20 repeats a lot, which is space in hexadecimal. I'm not interested in translating it this time around. The Akkadians, like the more egalitarian inhabitants of the Indus Valley civilization, could not understand why the rivers dried out and the rain stopped coming. Even if they could, they lacked the tools to do something about it. A few short millennia later, we're on the brink of having an understanding in those tools. What can we learn from the tragedies of the past? One such drought would be enough to wipe out New Jerusalem for good. I don't know what that says. When the founder awoke, leaving the garden behind forever, there were two more whose bodies had been anointed by the progenitor. The golden disc breathed life into them, and their names were Eustathius and Cornelius. The founder showed them all she had discovered. Together they explored the dead city and saw the ruins to which humankind had fallen. It was then that the founder understood that the sins of the past must not be repeated, and only through humility could the future be saved. Aside from Cornelius and Eustathius, there were 10 whose bodies the progenitor had not anointed in due time. Now it was upon the founder to complete this work and begin the resurrection. In this matter, Cornelius proved of great assistance. After many tribulations, the 10 were brought to life, and these 12 that were born after the founder are called the first companions. These are their names: Eustathius, Cornelius, Aurora, Sun, Sarabi, Byron, Melampus, Yamo, Hypatia, Niam, Benaroya, and Lithrasir. That's weird. It's funny how you can take something that's 99% true, 90% true, and 10% false, and create something that's 100% misleading. Fail to load comment. Knowing my project. This is all hexadecimal that I am not going to translate right now. Base camp established. Version 0.02 successfully deployed. Tested core functionality. So far so good. Better cooling systems necessary. Interesting. Lost labs. Huh. How much time do I have left? It's just a bit more.
Interesting monument. Decorative for another puzzle.
Weird. Find my sprites and follow it until it leads you back to me. Maybe I can't actually, I realize it might be on that platform that you need the bridge for. Yeah, I don't know anything good here. Could be on the other side. Not necessarily in structure. Actually, that looks pretty interesting. How do I get back up? Bah. Oh. How do I get up here? Okay, skyrimming up the freaking cliff is probably not the way to do it. Oh, wait, it's right here. Darn. Yeah. Oh, I can't actually jump. Darn. You win this round, Spark. I think I will end stream for now. Maybe not today. I might get back on a little later today. But I think I'm gonna end it for now. So, if you watch, thank you for watching. If you're watching the VODs, thank you for watching. Anyway, remember to follow for more of this content. If you're watching through YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment. Do whatever you can. Costs nothing. And thank you all for watching. You all have yourselves a nice day. Bye-bye.